It's 2025 and you're thinking it's time to level up my game. It's time to make more money and have more opportunities available. One of the best ways of doing that is by becoming PMP certified, or project management professional certified by a company called the Project Management Institute. I'm Andrew Ramdial, and I'm the author of the world's best-selling PMP study guide, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. Now, in this video, what are we going to be doing? Well, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know to become certified in 2025. And we'll also talk about if anything is changing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go through these points here. Number one, we're going to talk about, do I qualify for this exam? Does it make sense to watch this incredibly long video if you're not qualified for it? So let's start there. Let's see, what does it take to become qualified? Let's talk about what does this exam cover? And there is something brewing in the background that's going to really affect, I think is going to really affect this exam towards the end of the year 2025. So there is something new coming. We're going to talk about what books you should be looking at in order to pass your exam, what courses you may want to take, and what are different practice exams that you may want to review. And the secret. What exactly is the secret? Is there a secret to passing? Yes, there is a secret to passing, and it's not what you think. It's not, you don't have to memorize 500 billion terminologies and 50 billion processes. It's not that. It's just not what you're thinking. All right, there is something particular that you should know to pass this exam. So with that, let's get started. This is the agenda. So the first thing up I want to talk about is, do I qualify? Now, once again, this exam is created and brought to you by the Project Management Institute, PMI.org. I went to that website a few minutes ago, literally a few minutes ago, and I copied, pasted this, and I pasted it on this slide. These are the requirements you can get off their website. So let's see if you qualify. Well, in order to qualify, you're going to have to fall into one of these two buckets. Either you're in this bucket or you're in this bucket. So either one and you're good. Let's go through this. So it basically, these two buckets are broken into two things. Either you have a bachelor's degree and above, or you have under a bachelor's degree. So it's either a bachelor or under a bachelor. Let's start with this one here. So if you have a bachelor's degree or higher, that means you have a master's degree, you have a PhD, you're going to have to document to PMI. There is a pretty lengthy application. I have a whole free course on that. Check out the Technical Institute of America channel on that. You're going to have to document on the PMP application 36 months or 3 years of experience leading and managing projects. This all has to be within the last 8 years. So let's break this down a little bit here. So within the last 8 years, it's 2025. Let's go back to 2017. From 2017 to 2025, can you show me 3 years? It doesn't have to be consecutive. It doesn't have to be 21, 22, 23. No, it could be 18, it could be 18, 20, and 24. It doesn't have to be consecutive, but you do have to show 36 months of leading and directing and managing projects. Now, I want to point out something. One common question I get here is, hey Andrew, I've never been a project manager. I've never had the title of a project manager. Neither do I. I've never had the title of a project manager. PMI doesn't want you to have the title. PMI wants you to do the work. Did you manage a team? Maybe creating something, setting up something, reconfiguring something, removing something, changing something in a business? If you did, if you led a team doing that, that counts. Those are generally all projects. So keep in mind, you don't need the title of a project manager, but you do need to have the role of itself. You do need to perform the task itself. So keep that in mind. So you need to show 3 years within the last 8 years. Now, you also need to have 35 hours of project management education. Okay, so this is a course that you're going to have to take. We'll talk more about this. Now, the course has to be noticed. Again, this comes right off their website. It's 35 hours. The course can be 34. It can be 31, it can be 27, 28, 29. There has to be 35 hours of project management education. So make sure the course you get hits 35 hours. The other thing here now is, if you have under a bachelor's degree, maybe you have a high school diploma or an associate degree, you fall into this bucket. In that case, you're going to have to show 60 months or 5 years worth of experience. In other words, going back from 2017 to now, maybe you're showing from 20, 21, 22, 23, and the entire 24. That would give you 5 years. So you would have to show 60 months, again, within the last 8 years. And even this bucket, you need to have that 35 hours of project management education. Now, I do want to point out something. If you have a CAPM, PMI's other certification, that's the more associate level, entry level certification. If you have a CAPM, you don't need this 35 hours of project management training. Although I would recommend still getting it because the PMP is a different exam, different monster, I should say, than the CAPM. Okay, so these are the requirements. Hopefully you guys meet it. If you don't meet it and you're leaving the video, give the video a like. Hey, at least I gave you this much information. And check out PMI's CAPM certification, Certified Associate Project Management Certification. It is a great certification if you're just starting out. And for the rest of us, let's see, what does this exam cover? So it's 2025, okay? This exam that came out in 2021 is the same exam today, okay? PMI releases exams every 3-4 years in general. Now, I've been teaching PMP since 2008. And in general, every 4 years, every 3 years, sometimes even every 5 years, you get a brand new exam. This exam came out in 2021, January. It's when this exam came out. I'm telling you guys that right now, that is as of January 2025. This exam came out. PMI has not released a brand new exam in 2025 yet. Again, this video is being filmed January 2nd, 2025 is when I'm recording this video, okay? If anything changes, keep following the channel. I will tell you right away. So again, this exam, I want to emphasize this a lot because people always, Andrew, it's 2025. What happened to the 25 exam? There's technically no such thing as a 2025 exam because the exam came out in 21 and people have been taking it for the last 4 years. Okay, what exactly does this exam cover? Well, it covers the 3 approaches to project management. Now, you guys should Google this. Google PMP Exam Content Outline. This is a document that PMI releases every time an exam comes out. It tells you every single thing the exam is going to cover. This exam is going to tell you how long is the exam. It's a 3-hour test. It's basically a 4-hour test. It has 180 questions on it, and it gives you all the exam topics. Keep that in mind. The exam content outline tells you everything you need to know about the exam. So you guys could Google that. Get that PDF. It's actually free. So I got the PDF and I looked at it, and you notice I took this right out of it. According to the exam content outline, about half of the examination will represent predictive project management approaches, and the other half will represent agile and hybrid. So in other words, half the test is predictive project management and the other half is basically agile and hybrid. Now, I want to give you guys some background information. This exam is mostly agile. I'm telling you guys, all the feedback I've got from my students, and I've taught at this point over 550,000 students. Yes, 550,000 students. A lot of them have told me it's mostly agile. So make sure whatever you're studying, you really understand agile and hybrid approaches. That seems to be the majority of the current tests that we have right now. Now, the big question, is the exam changing? Has the exam changed? As of currently, no, but there's something in the background. Now, first of all, I want to stop right here, and I want you guys just to listen to this. Don't speed up the video, please. The PMP exam is not based on a single book. The PMP exam is based on this thing called the Exam Content Outline. The Exam Content Outline is a series of tasks that PMI wants you to know as a project manager. PMI does use different books in order to write the exam content, write the exam questions. One of the main books it uses is called a PMBOK, a Project Management Body of Knowledge. Right now, as I record this video, the PMBOK Guide 7th edition is the current guide. But there is a new guide that is in production. In other words, it's not finished yet. It's called the PMBOK Guide 8th edition. Okay, this book is not released yet. This book just came up to be reviewed by the public. It's not January. You can still review it if you like. This book here is going to be reviewed by the public. It's then going to go through our revision process and then be released to the public. And eventually, I think this here will hit the PMP exam and update it in maybe late 2025 or early, I missed the word there. Maybe in late 2025 or early 26. I believe this exam, I personally believe this current PMP exam we're taking is going to change in late 2025. I'm talking about maybe from October, November, December 2025 is when this exam will change, if it changes to match the content. Now, I do want to point out, I did review this. I did a video on this a few weeks ago. This is a pretty big change from the PMP Guide 7th edition. It is a huge change. It basically combines older PMBOKs with the newer ones, the PMBOK 7th edition. It brought back a whole bunch of processes and inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs. If you don't know what those terms are, don't worry about it. It's going to drive you crazy when you start studying. Trust me on that. Here's what I recommend for you guys to do if you're studying right now, if you're going to take this exam, if it's January, February, March, April, May, June, you're fine. Anything after, I would say September, October, November, keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to get the latest update on this test. Anytime this exam updates, I'm going to update my books and my courseware way before the exam comes out. Here's the thing you guys should know. If PMI decides to change the exam, they just don't change it Monday morning and they tell you on Friday. No, what PMI does is PMI is going to change the tests and they're going to let you know 6 months before. At least they're going to tell you that, all right? The last time they let us know 6 months, they're going to say, hey, in February 26th, there's going to be a brand new PMP exam. And they're probably going to announce that in like maybe September or something like that. So they'll let you know way before. You'll know way before the exam changes that it's going to change, all right? Keep that in mind. Don't be scared. Now, what should you be studying? That's the question, right? Well, let's take a look at some of the main books. Now, I want you to remember what the exam content outline said. Remember, the exam content outline said specifically predictive project management and agile and hybrid project management, right? That's what the exam says. Half predictive project management and the other half agile and hybrid. Well, if you're studying, you could do this. You could go out and you could get these books. So let me show you these books here that I have here. I got them right here. I'm on the top of my desktop. The first book here we have is going to be this book, the PMP Guide 7th edition. That's this great looking book here. This book is going to give you all the values of project management, the domains of project management, the definition. What exactly is a project, for God's sake? This is going to be your foundational knowledge of project management, but it doesn't really cover predictive and agile specifically. This applies to all approaches of project management. Then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to get, when you want to learn agile, you should get this book, the Agile Practice Guide by PMI. That book is going to generally give you everything you need to know about agile for your exam. And the other one they have here is going to be this one, the PMI Process Group or Practice Guide. This book is going to give you everything you need to know about predictive project management. This book is going to tell you all the processes, the tools and techniques that you should be familiar with when managing a predictive project. So there are these books here. Now, you can read all these books. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot of books to read there. There's a lot of pages in these. I don't have the practice guide on my table, but it's quite a big book too. These books, I want people to remember something. These PMI books are difficult to read. They are written by aliens for aliens, I believe. They are definition based. They're not meant to help you for a test. They help you to understand project management. They're there to help you understand agile and predictive project management. There's no practice exam. There's no exam. It's not geared towards an exam. So there's no practice test. There's no tips and tricks of how to pass the exam in these books. But these are the foundational knowledge. Here's what I did. I took these books and I read them for you. Yeah, I picked them all up and I read them for you. And I kind of wrote a book on it. Yes, this book. So let's take a look at this book. This is my study guide, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. All right, now let's take a look at this book. Now, I do have the book right here. So PMP Exam Prep Simplified. This book was first released and I updated every 3 or 4 months. I update it. All right. So this book was released in January 2021. It is now Amazon's. It has been for the last 4 years, Amazon's #1 best-selling book for the PMP exam. Over 200,000 plus copies have been sold. It has a 4.6 out of 5.0 rating. Now, what makes this book unique? Because it covers every single thing you need to know to pass your exam. It'll cover predictive project management, hybrid, and agile project management. What's cool about this book also, remember that 35-hour thing you need to pass your exam? Remember, you got to get a course that gives you 35 hours. How about if I tell you that when you purchase this book, it includes 35 hours. Where is that? Right here. It includes 35 hours. It comes with an e-learning course that I did, a video-based course. It's the same course on Udemy, by the way. If you already know me and you know I make courses, it's the same course that comes on Udemy. If you have my Udemy course, or if you have this book, don't buy the Udemy course. If you have the Udemy course and you want the physical book, you can purchase the physical book. So where do you get this? You can get this book on Amazon, or if you would like this book, you can actually get it from TIAexams.com. If you want an ebook, if the book isn't sold in your country, you can get it from there. All right, so check out that book. That is the best-selling study guide on it. Now, let's take a look here at courses, 35-hour course. Now, I told you could get the one that comes with the book, but there are other classes. Listen, I'll tell you guys something. Sometimes it's tough to stay dedicated to a self-paced course. I know sometimes, depending on what's going on in my life, if I'm really busy, it's just difficult to focus. If you do better in a live class with a live instructor, here's what I'm going to tell you guys to do. Wherever you are in the world, this video is on YouTube. It's available to everyone in the world. Currently, my company, Technical Institute of America, we teach in the United States. We will be bringing courses later on to India, to the Middle East, and other parts of the world. But if we're not teaching in your part of the world and you want to go out and get a live instructor training, here's what I would tell you. Make sure you know the company. Make sure you know the company name. Do research on the company. Check reviews. Ask people about it. Ask for recommendations. Go to the forum. Ask for recommendations. One thing you want to do, here's what I'll tell you guys. It's not where you take the course. It's who is the teacher that matters. Can you connect with that person? Can you understand that person? What exactly is that person teaching? Can they break it down and make it easy for you to understand? It's not really where you take the course. It's who's teaching it that really matters. So try to ask about the teacher. We offer live classes. My company, Technical Institute of America, we have live classes. And if you want to check out one of our courses, I think it's priced well. I think it helps tons and tons of people pass this exam. Check out the website, TIAEDU.com for that. We have taught over 60,000 people to pass their exams with a 4.9 out of 5 ratings, and you can verify that on Google. Now, if you don't have time to attend a live class, because most live classes are going to be pretty much 35 hours and less, if you don't have time to attend a live class, get a self-paced course. Self-paced courses are absolutely great. I do a lot of self-paced course. Again, it depends on the time of the year. If I'm really busy, it's hard to stay dedicated. But if you make a good study schedule, you can do really well on a self-paced course, and it's generally a fraction of the cost of the live instructor training. By the way, if your company is paying, take the live instructor training, okay? If you take it through us, you get the books, you get the videos, you get the practice, you get everything. So if your company's paying, hey, take advantage of it. Get the live training. Now, if you're paying for this and you don't have the funds in your pocket, how do you do it? Well, do a self-paced course. You can purchase the book. Amazon has it right now for $40. That comes with the book and the course. You can get the book, or if you don't have the $40, you want something cheaper, you can definitely check out my course on Udemy. All right, so go to Udemy and check out my course, or you can go to TIAexams.com. We have the same course there. It's about $20, I believe. Now, on Udemy, go to Udemy. By the way, if you don't know what Udemy is a giant training platform with a whole bunch of courses from, I think, thousands or tens of thousands of instructors. It's like the YouTube for e-learning classes, and it's priced really well. You can get my entire course, depending on the day, depending on the discount they're offering, for the price of lunch. I'm not joking. It's like $10, $12, $13 sometimes. So my course on Udemy right now is the #1 course on the platform for the PMP exam. It has over 375,000 enrollments. The screenshot shows me 375,989. It's 4.7 stars, but it has over 110,000 reviews. These numbers are incredibly, I would have never imagined this many students taking a course from me. It's insane. And 4.7, 110,000. I think people like it. It is the #1 best-selling course on Udemy. You can see the picture there. Just go to Udemy, search for my name. You're going to find this course. Check it out. This has helped hundreds of thousands of people pass. By the way, combined between the books and the videos, I've helped over 550,000, maybe close to 600,000 people pass their exam. Okay, let's talk about, so that's the courses, the books. The last thing I want to mention is you need some good practice tests. Now, what I did is I worked with my instructors here at TIA, and we created the TIA exam simulator at tiaexams.com. The simulator currently has over 900 questions. This is the closest. If you ever join my live stream, you'll see how many people uses the simulator to pass their exam. It's going to be the closest to the exam. It's over 15 hours of video explanations. Now, if you can't afford this, I want you to remember I have a full 200 question mock exam right here on the channel. Check out the channel. That came out a few days ago, the end of 2024. I released a video, 200 ultra hard PMP practice questions. Check that out. If you want more of that, check out Get the Simulator. Has way over 15 hours of video explanations. This is what makes my simulator different. Most practice exam sites, what they have is just the exam and a text-based explanation. I took that to a step further. Here's what I did. I gave you the question, I'm going to give you the answer, and then I'm going to give you a video explanation telling you why A is wrong, why B is correct, why C is wrong, why D is wrong. And I'm going to teach you the mindset of how you can select the right choices. That is super valuable. That's how you learn to pass this exam, just like that. I update my simulator every 60 to 90 days. And if you go to tiaexams.com, you can buy a bundle that comes with the class, the book, and the simulator. Now, I do also do live coaching. If you are struggling a little bit, you need a little bit of live guidance, you could actually have me actually teach you every single Thursday. I do a live coaching sessions with a group of folks. We meet every Thursday from 11 to 2 o'clock, and I cover a topic. I answer the questions. We do practice questions. So if you want me to actually review the exam with you, give you some guidance, keep you motivated, keep you accountable to passing your test with a good study plan, check out the exam coaching, tiaexams.com. Okay, so what is the secret to passing, right? So people are going to say, hey, Andrew, what do I need to know how to pass? Well, you need to know the PMP mindset. It's all about the mindset. Don't take my word for this. Watch all my live streams that I do. Every Tuesday night, I do a live stream. Watch the live streams that I do. You'll notice in those live streams, people talk mindset, mindset, mindset. Read the forums. Hey, I passed the PMP exam. How did you pass? Mindset, mindset, mindset. I got to pass the mindset. I got to know the mindset. Okay, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of people talking about the PMP mindset on YouTube. Let me tell you guys something, all right? I'm not making this up, okay? This is absolute factual. I created that mindset when I wrote the book in 2021. There was no such thing before it. The PMP mindset was a series of do's and don'ts. It was a series of practices. It was a series of tasks that I want you to do for your exam. If you apply the mindset, this exam is pretty damn easy in my opinion. So know the mindset. Where are you going to learn the mindset, all right? Don't go learning it from some weird people on YouTube that they basically preach what I told them. They're basically reinterpreting my mindset. If you want to learn the mindset to pass your exam, you can get it from my live classes, my books, or my video courses. You can learn a lot of it from just watching the 200 hard questions right here on YouTube, and that's free. So know the mindset. Learn it from the creator of the mindset, which is me, not some folks on YouTube. Don't memorize processes, okay? I want people to tell me, they ask me all the time, Andrew, how do I memorize this? You don't. The key is to understand how to apply the concepts. That's the key to passing. No servant leadership, no agile practices, no agile terms, agile ceremonies. Know your predictive processes. Know their things such as their inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs. Know them. Don't memorize them. That's the key. Now, if you're sitting here in this video, you're saying, hey, Andrew, man, I don't like you, man. Maybe you need some here. Oh, boy, I really need to add here to my head, guys. What do you guys think? Time to add that implants or what? If you're thinking, Andrew, I don't like you, I want to do the course with somebody else, you're free to do that, obviously. But even if you don't want to do a course with me, I would love if you can join me right here on YouTube every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time for a live question and answer right here on YouTube, guys. I answer everybody's question. I spend 1 to 2 hours with everybody. I answer every question. I congratulate folks. I give people exam tips, and I do practice question every month. And the first Tuesday of every month, we do free giveaways. First Tuesday of every month, I do a free giveaway. I give you guys a couple of classes, absolutely free, no strings attached. All you have to do is show up to the live stream. Keep us company. Keep yourself motivated. People absolutely love it. Okay, so that's this video, guys, on everything you need to know to pass your exam in 2025. Now, if you guys found value in this video, how about if you give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're studying this year to pass your exam, which I highly recommend, make sure to subscribe because I release content almost every single week. We do practice questions every single week in the live streams. Anything that changes with this exam, I will tell you right away. Even if it's a small change, I will tell you. So stay subscribed, give the video a like, and I'll see you in the next video.